What's going on, everybody? It's LeTicia with BearFruit Gardening. I hope that you are doing well. So it is, let's see, today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days till the first market of the year, and I'm nervous. So one of the great things about the market being this weekend is that it is the opening market, and so just meeting all the people again, meeting new people, that really excites me. And it's been a lot of work. I co-managed the market. We had to hire a new market manager this year, and so it's just been a lot going on the past couple months, but that's okay because it's all for a great cause, and that cause is making sure that we keep the spirit of what a farmer's market truly is, which is the farmers, right? And so people buying local, buying food local, supporting urban farming, and you know, and then having fun. I just don't see why you wouldn't have fun coming out, meeting new people, getting to buy and shop till you drop and all that kind of thing. And so the market is just a really cool place to be. I didn't think that I would ever consider doing a farmer's market. I was like, oh, I just want to be kind of quiet, you know, and recruit a few people, but it's like, gosh, just the masses come out sometimes, and so it could just be a good day for you, right? And it is about building relationships, meeting a lot of people, listening to the need. So because if you can meet a need, then you have a business, right? I really do feel that way. So I'm just taking a gander around the garden and trying to see what I can gather. But definitely for the first day, co-managing, it'll probably be a lot of me just making sure I have my hand on the market, but also recruiting, talking to people about what BearFruit Grow is all about, offering some products. So we will have some microgreens there. We will have some veggies from the garden, but really just, you know, again, just trying to talk to people and see what they want and need. So a few things that I learned about mustard greens. I have to plant more. It just seems like, number one, I get a really good harvest, about 5 to 6 pounds of produce, of mustard greens when I harvest from about 20, it's close to 20, maybe like 12, 15 plants here. I get about 6 pounds, and this is the red giant mustard green that's starting to go to seed here, and that's okay. It is getting hot. They do like cool weather. They thrive in the cool weather. These are edible, by the way. I'm just picking off the flowers. I should have actually saved those and made a bouquet. Dang it. I will not be selling that sexy thing. No ma'am, no ma'am. Now, that's not sexy. He's asking me where the string is. So this year I planted by the moon, and I really enjoyed learning kind of, you know, really how our ancestors grew their crops and learned, you know, how to do things. And I feel like it just depends on what market you're in, but and when your market starts. Like this year we're starting a little bit earlier. Last year we started in August. This year we're starting in June. I have a feeling next year we'll probably start in May, but timing is everything. And so, you know, the mustard greens, even though they are still producing, they're ready to go to seed, or they're going to seed. The collard greens are doing the same, and I just feel like I want to have more of those. Number one, more plants. Number two, so we can have more food. And then timing the market upon timing the market with the grow is really, really important too. And of course, there's all these things you have to take into consideration, right? You have to take into consideration what zone you're in, when your last frost date is, your first frost date is, you know, just all these things that you have to do. And so that's okay. We can make sure that we do that next year. I think I'm getting the hang of it though. I'm getting the hang of it. So I'm excited about the progress and everything that's underway. Everything looks great. And we're just gonna see what we can do. My space is small, y'all know that, but this year I really tried to work on cramming things in as much as possible. And so I'm just gonna continue to do that and see, like for instance, you'll see all this walking space right here. I don't need that much walking space. Now, these are cantaloupe and honeydew, and so I don't know, you know, the plan is to grow them up. Could I put more plants, you know, right down that green line right there? Maybe, right, to give some space. So I have a little walking space on each side of the green line. Maybe I could have crammed more in that way. More cantaloupe, more honeydew. I have planted, let me see if I can show you an example. I don't even know where I did it. Maybe I did it over here because I knew these muscadines was coming out soon. Yep. So I even planted, y'all know I have Creeping Charlie that comes all over the place. This guy right here. But they're really, you know, the roots are very like loose. So I pulled them all up. No, maybe it wasn't here. And planted beans alongside here. So I'll have some beans popping up somewhere. I don't know where I planted them. But even using the crevices down here next to the boxes, it stays really wet because of the landscaping fabric and being up against the wood there. I don't know if that's a good idea, but why not try it, you know? So of course, I try to grow up as much as possible. So I have these beautiful arched cattle panel trellises everywhere. And so I'm trying to do that using tomato cages to trellis cucumbers. You know, these are all cucumbers right here in the middle. There's watermelon going up here. And then I have okra all the way around the outer of the bed. And, you know, I don't know. Intercropping is something else I have to do for the season. I don't have the luxury, really. I guess I could if I focused on 1 or 2 crops. But really, I'm trying to get a variety of about 6 crops in the space. And so that requires that I interplant a lot. Now, I don't know if this was a good idea necessarily, or companion plant, but these are like a flower of some sort here, and they're getting much taller than the peppers. These are all banana peppers, and I planted very intensively. And so that's just something else I got to do, right? On the other side here, it looks like we have tons of room where I could have thrown in a few more pepper plants. I do have them there, but maybe I could have did a little bit more if I staggered them. So I don't know, you know, timing, getting everything in as much as you possibly can in a small space is a task in itself, but it's very doable. The other thing that is quite a task preparing for the market is all the marketing and materials, and making sure you have your supply list and what you're going to pack to the market and for that day. So on top of managing it, having a booth there as well and working it is quite a task. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts about that. I just submitted to Staples to get some more business cards, a few handouts and sign-up sheets for some stuff that I'm doing. Just trying to promote all aspects of my business, not just the grow part, but also the teaching part, the advocacy part, and also it's a ton. You know, I think every new market year, you don't really know what to expect and how many people are going to actually come out. And so that'll be fun to kind of learn, you know, how many community members we can get to come back, not just to the market, but back to our booth. And would we have those regulars like we did last year? You know, it's just, it's so surprising, but it's also like very nerve-wracking. Like last night was the first night I really couldn't sleep. I really were, you know, 4 days away, and everything that I could possibly think of as it relates to this market came across my mind. And so anywho, so a few other things I have to remember is money. I need change. I always do that every year, like the morning of or the day of. I forget that I need to have cash money, right? A change box or something. And I'm gonna do a lot of stuff electronically this year, but yeah, that's important. I must have cash money. And then one of the final things that I just struggle, it's a complete challenge every year. My intentions are always good since I've been growing and selling, is to document how much daggone food I actually sold, actually produced. And some of that will be easier the more I use electronic systems, but everybody doesn't want to do that. Some people just come with a lot of money to the market and hand you cash. So recording those cash transactions, it's really good to do that because yeah, if you're like me, I'm starting, I'm a beginner farmer, haven't been farming very long, haven't had the business very long, since 2020. Money is tight. It's always tight. Everything I make goes back into the business. I don't pay myself yet, and would love to have a staff member or two, and it's just, yeah, we're not there yet. And but when I'm applying for grants and things like that, it's really helpful to have that documentation, to have pictures, to definitely record how many pounds of food, you know, you sowed this day and what types and all that kind of thing. And it's good for your inventory too. So I definitely got to come up with a system for that, and like in the next 4 days. Just a sneak peek at the backyard real quick. I know I don't show it much anymore, but still growing food. Got lots of carrots and bindweed in there. Morning glory, shamely kind of thing going on. Bunch of raspberries. The raspberries I probably won't sell. A little bit girl farmer, you know, eats them all. But yeah, we're still growing in the backyard. And oh, I said the last thing just a second ago, but one of the last things that you must do during the growing season is succession plant. Succession. Or you're gonna run out of food, definitely, for the market. So till next time, you all, I love you. Take care. Look at this comfrey. Hi, girl. Look at you. You're so nice.